how the white audiences reacted, just in the States, reacted to School Daze compared to She's Gotta Have It. I think that the was a big pull for She's Gotta Have It.
Right. Pickaninny, Barbie doll, high yellow heifer, tar baby, wanna be white, jigaboo. Don't start. We're gonna finish it.
You know, it was a musical peppered with a lot of music, and he culled it down to really make it a story about light-skinned and dark-skinned blacks on a college campus.
School Daze from 1988 stood out for its bold take on black college life, colorism, and social tension. But why did it spark so much controversy, and how did it become such a powerful cultural conversation starter? The story begins after the success of She's Gotta Have It, when Spike Lee decided his next project needed to go deeper. He turned toward something personal, a film inspired by his own time at Morehouse College, where he had witnessed unspoken divisions inside the black community itself. Lee wanted to explore colorism, class tension, elitism, and identity, all set within a historically black college. That vision became School Daze. The script came together quickly, but financing didn't. Island Pictures initially agreed to fund the movie with a $3 million budget. When costs threatened to rise toward $5 million, they backed out. Another company stepped in, and filming finally began on March 9, 1987, in Atlanta, Georgia. Casting brought its own complications. Vanessa Williams was originally attached to play Jane Toussaint but was replaced by Tisha Campbell. After production, Campbell filed a $550,000 lawsuit in 1988, saying she wasn't properly paid or credited for her contribution to the soundtrack song, Be Alone Tonight. One of Spike Lee's most controversial choices happened behind the scenes. He deliberately separated actors into two groups during filming. Performers playing the lighter-skinned, status-driven students were placed in better hotels than those portraying darker-skinned, working-class characters. Lee wasn't trying to be cruel. He wanted real tension to exist between the groups. It worked. During a step show sequence, an actual fight broke out between cast members. Instead of stopping production, Lee kept the cameras rolling and used the footage in the film. That raw energy helped give School Daze its authentic edge. Costumes were handled by Ruthie Carter, who based many looks on real HBCU traditions and even brought in designer Willie Smith for the homecoming gowns. By the time filming wrapped on May 4, 1987, the budget had grown to $6.1 million, double the original plan. At the center of the movie is Mission College, a fictional campus divided between activism and image. DAP, played by Lawrence Fishburne, pushes for unity and institutional change. Julian, portrayed by Giancarlo Esposito, represents fraternity power and social hierarchy. Spike Lee himself appears as Half-Pint, a student more concerned with fitting in than standing up. When School Daze hit theaters on February 12, 1988, reactions were intense. Some praised its honesty. Others felt Lee was exposing internal issues that should stay private. But that discomfort was the point. The soundtrack also made waves. Debut, performed by EU, climbed to number 1 on the R&B charts and reached number 35 on the pop charts, becoming one of the film's most lasting pop culture moments. Critics were divided, but many respected its courage. Roger Ebert called it one of the most revealing films about modern middle-class black life, noting that it spoke from a fully black perspective without explaining itself to outsiders. Today, the film holds a 58% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Mixed reviews aside, audiences showed up. The movie earned over $14.5 million in the U.S., a strong result for a $6 million production centered entirely on the black college experience. Its timing mattered, too. NBC had just launched A Different World, also set at an HBCU. Several School Daze actors crossed over, including Kadeem Hardison and Jasmine Guy, helping expand visibility for young black audiences hungry for representation. Years later, Alicia Keys paid tribute to School Daze in her 2008 Teenage Love Affair video, recreating iconic scenes like the rally and homecoming coronation, proof of the film's lasting influence. Spike Lee later reignited discussion when he accused Bill Cosby of borrowing his concept for A Different World, pointing out that School Daze had already been written and filmed first. While both projects found success, Lee felt his rawer vision hadn't received proper credit. The most revealing controversy came during production. Morehouse College refused to allow filming after its president objected to Lee casting a dark-skinned actor as the fictional college president. The irony was impossible to ignore, especially since colorism was one of the movie's core themes. Production moved to Morris Brown College, and Lee stood firm. Years later, he returned to Morehouse as a board member, a full-circle moment that underscored how deeply personal the project had been. Many cast members went on to major careers. Fishburne later became iconic as Morpheus in The Matrix. Esposito reached new fame as Gus Fring on Breaking Bad. Samuel L. Jackson moved from small roles into superstardom, while Tisha Campbell became a TV favorite on Martin. School Daze didn't rack up trophies, but its legacy runs deeper than awards. It forced uncomfortable conversations about colorism, class, and identity. It showed HBCU life with complexity, music, humor, and pain. Most of all, it proved Black stories could be layered, challenging, and powerful. More than 3 decades later, School Daze still resonates, not because it was perfect, but because it was fearless. Spike Lee didn't smooth the edges. He held up a mirror. And once people looked, they couldn't unsee what was already there.